people. Make sure you like and dislike. Make sure you leave them comments. And don't be a hater. If you feeling my videos, hit the subscribe button. Alright, let's talk about some real shit in this video. Because you know it's real. Now, this fight right here between Andy Ruiz and Anthony Joshua is going to be another good fight. But if any of these top 4 things happen to Andy Ruiz, he's going to get his ass knocked out. And it's going to be his worst nightmare. Now, once again, I make nightmare videos for both fighters. So this video right here do not mean that I am picking either guy. But Anthony Joshua, you guys don't edit shit. But Andy Ruiz, it is your turn. That being said, let's get into number 4. We're not finna hold no punches here. So let's get into number 4. Number motherfucking 4. If Anthony Joshua can jab and move, okay? If he can jab and move in this fight. Because I must say something. I felt like Anthony Joshua put on a lot of muscle to kind of knock out Jarrell Miller and Andy Ruiz. He was trying to put on a show in Brooklyn. But we must also take into consideration that when Anthony Joshua came in against Alexander Povetkin, he was a lot more lighter. And I think that helped with his conditioning. So if he comes in this fight a little lighter, he can move and jab more. And that could be a nightmare by itself when it comes down to Andy Ruiz, because it's fucked up to say Andy Ruiz, but you gotta knock out Anthony Joshua. And that's a nightmare within himself if it's a close fight, or you're barely winning the fight, or if you clearly win the fight and Anthony Joshua win his belts back by robbery. That's a nightmare within itself, and that's very possible. Because we know Eddie Hearn got a few judges paid off for this rematch. It's fucked up to say Andy Ruiz, but you got to knock out Anthony Joshua again. You had to knock him out in the first fight, because you wasn't going to win the first fight on the judges' scorecards. And you know this, man. That being said, let's get to number 3. Number motherfucking 3. Anthony Joshua has to utilize the uppercut a little more in this fight. He didn't really do it in the last fight. Anthony Joshua has a lethal uppercut. Left uppercut and a right uppercut. I like the left uppercut better. But if he throws that uppercut into his game plan, because Andy Ruiz comes in head first, he's right there for that uppercut, Anthony Joshua. If you hit Andy Ruiz with a clean uppercut like you did Vladimir Klitschko, it could be over for Andy Ruiz by a knockout. And that would definitely be his worst nightmare. That being said, let's get to number 2. Number motherfucking 2. Now, even though I do not think that Anthony Joshua underestimated Andy Ruiz, because I don't feel like Anthony Joshua should be underestimating anybody with his first debut fight in America. But what if he was? If he really was underestimating Andy Ruiz, that's why I got that number 2 on my list. Because of Anthony Joshua that's not underestimating someone is dangerous then. And it's very possible he could have just been underestimating Andy Ruiz. Not to mention he took the fight on a short notice. So having a full trainer camp, being able to really study Andy Ruiz how you want to, that could be a nightmare. Because maybe we might just go back to seeing the Anthony Joshua that we're used to seeing. So if that is the case, then that's going to be a nightmare for Andy Ruiz, people. What if Andy Ruiz did just get a title by luck? What if Anthony Joshua did just beat himself? Then we will have to strongly take that into consideration, people. That being said, told you guys, we're not finna hold no punches. That can be a nightmare for Andy Ruiz. Maybe he might see the Anthony Joshua we're accustomed to seeing. Maybe he might see a different Anthony Joshua. So let's get to number 1. Number motherfucking 1. Oh my God, Anthony Joshua. The body shots, people. Anthony Joshua did way too much head hunting in that first fight. If you ask me, it seemed like Anthony Joshua was just looking for the knockout. No, that's a big no, Anthony Joshua. You got to come in this fight against Andy Ruiz, and you have to go to that man's body. We all know the man got a belly. He's known as a fat boy. Nobody likes it downstairs. I don't give a fuck if you have rock hard abs. I don't give a fuck if you have a 6-pack, an 8-pack, goddammit. Nobody likes it downstairs. You ever been in a fight, somebody hit you downstairs and the wind come out your ass? And Anthony Joshua was a good body puncher. That's the cold part. But he did not go downstairs in the first fight. Now, if you want to slow Andy Ruiz down, maybe even knock him out, Andy Ruiz ain't used to fighters going downstairs. Who went downstairs on Andy Ruiz like Anthony Joshua can do? Anthony Joshua needs to come in this fight with the game plan to go downstairs. Andy Ruiz is always on the inside, so you ain't even got to worry about Andy Ruiz finding Andy Ruiz, because he's going to be right there, Anthony Joshua. Go downstairs, stab at the body, stab at the body, stab at that man's body, Anthony Joshua. And before you know it, Andy Ruiz is going to be getting tired. Andy Ruiz is going to be breathing hard. Andy Ruiz, he's going to wish that he had no gut in this rematch. If Anthony Joshua is doing what I'm telling him to do. So Anthony Joshua, if you come in this fight and you come in this fight with the game plan to go at Andy Ruiz's body, fuck his face. Go at his body the whole time. That's going to be Andy Ruiz's worst nightmare right there, people. Andy Ruiz ain't going to be able to handle all them body shots all night. And then we could see Andy Ruiz going to sleep around the 8th round. And Anthony Joshua could become undisputed again. Well, not undisputed. He could unify or whatever. All right, people.